Back talked about writing them down in a book, and I don't know if we ever started it or not. I know I wrote a few things down, and then a few things I obviously remember. The most PC of which I can share. The other things I'll keep to myself. But I was in high school when I was playing football. We had an individual on the team who had large ears. They poked out from his head pretty far. So Pappy had come to visit my football game, and this individual took his helmet off, and we're coming up at the edge. I walk over to the fence, and he says, "Who's that guy over there?" I said, I said, "That's our quarterback." He said, "Well, I know, but what's his name?" So I told him his name, and he said, "Well, I don't know if you want to tell him, but he looks like a Model A4 with his doors open, driving backwards." I said, "I'm going to keep that one to myself." So, I mean, from that to here recently, I moved in, and he was elated that I was able to move in and spend some time with him before I ended up moving to the Carolinas. I'd come out to the garage, or I'd pull up after work or something, and of course, he's not smoking, he's just sitting outside. I said, "What are you doing, Pappy?" He said, "Oh, just sweep these damn piss ants off the drive." "All right, well, you need some help?" He said, No, go on inside." So, that was fair enough. And then a little bit later, I'd come out, and he caught me smoking at one point, and he said, "Hey, let me have a puff of that." I said, "All right, here you go." And I had just lit it, handed it over to him so he could have a puff. I never got it back, and that wasn't just on one time either. And then afterwards, I think it'd probably been about a month now, and I don't even know where he hid anything. Cigarettes being the main thing, he'd pull them out from everywhere. And yeah, shoes, everything. It was in the shoes. So
his mom never knew.
His mom never knew, yeah. I'm sorry to tell you, he didn't smoke, but he always told me. He'd pull a cigarette out of the pack. It's a filtered cigarette. He'd bite the filter off. And I said, "Why don't you just buy the unfiltered? Or why are you biting the filter off?" He said, as he's spitting it out, he says, "Filter's what gives you cancer. You got to smoke this part. That's where you get the flavor." And I said, "Oh, well, all right, I'll keep that in mind." But yeah, we had some good times together throughout my whole life. I mean, when Bree and I were young, we always asked for going in rides in the tractor trailer. So he's got a little trailer that, I mean, I can't fit into now, but he'd hook it up back to his tractor, and we'd ride around the yard for what seemed like hours. And he'd do the same thing when it snowed. I mean, you don't mow the grass in the snow, but he found a way. And he'd hook the sleds up to it, and we just follow along behind him.
Found a way.
He always asked me here in the past, few months, "Hey, don't tell the old lady, but you need to go pick up my truck from the shop. They got it done." "Okay, Pappy, I'll give him a call, and I'll go get it picked up for you." So, well, that's all I've got. Love you, Pappy.